be involved in some way or another, or at least hang around that for a day or two when that event comes. The thing is, Elliotte, with everything else going on, I have not touched a club yet this summer. I have not touched a club yet. No. And I'm trying to get out, but I haven't yet. And I think there's 2 days worth of Pro-Am. I don't like, there may be a chance to get into a foursome there, Elliotte. I'm just really nervous, but I can't say no to an opportunity like that.
No,
I'm in a bit of a bind.
You can't. You know what? Like, that's what I do. I go out to a range and I just hit balls. And
I totally understand. Yes.
Yeah.
But
the thing is, you just gotta and let's be honest. Dana would like you to go do that from time to time. She would like you out of the house. Yes, it's all fake.
On the show.
It's all fake. She's really saying, get out of the house. And we should say, we don't do this with video, but this is the longest I've ever seen your hair. What's going on here?
Yeah, not by accident. Well, there's just been no reason to cut it for the longest time. And then I was like, well, I need to do something. I just think it's time to try something different, more or less. And I've loved it. Had a very similar look for a lot of years, Elliotte.
Long time.
Just going to try something different. We'll see how long it lasts. The good thing about hair is if you hate it, you can always cut it.
Charles Barkley is going to be so disappointed.
What if it turns out okay? Maybe I'm just being naive and stupid.
No, it might. It's so you've gone all the way across the country, now living in Calgary. You're a Western Canadian, you're a parent, and your hair has gone just crazy. A new Kyle Bukauskas has landed on Earth.
Figure if there's ever a time, it's now, Elliotte. So we'll see. Come September, October, we're still kind of in the tweener phase now. We'll see in about 6 or 8 weeks if it's any better. So the real reason we wanted to drop in this episode halfway through the off-season thereabout is that we had an opportunity to have a conversation with Spencer Stastny, who was a defenseman in the National Predators system. We talked to him the other day, recorded that interview. He has a real eye-opening story to share, one that he has kept private until now. So be sure to stick around for later on in this episode for that conversation with Spencer. So yes, Elliotte, we are about halfway through the summer. Normally, we'd still be in hiding at this time, but I think this is proof, Elliotte, that you miss me and you miss Dom, and you wanted to bring us all together.
I don't know if I would swear that on a stack of Bibles, but okay, let's go with it.
All right.
We figured since, as Kyle said, Spencer was good enough to tell us his story, and we'll talk a little bit more about that in the back end of the pod. We throw something together and just talk about some stuff we're hearing. I'll be honest, I haven't done a lot of in-depth reporting, just hearing some things and reacting to things here and there. So where do you want to start, Kyle? Just some of the stuff we're hearing around the league.
Yeah, well, I guess we should start with maybe some of the big names. Like in terms of the UFAs right now, there's still Jack Roslovic amongst others, but the big ones that are eligible to sign an extension that will be due a new contract a year from now: Connor McDavid, Kirill Kaprizov, Jack Eichel. There's the RFAs, Luke Hughes due a new deal this summer, Lane Hudson a year from now in Montreal. Anything you're hearing or where any direction in those cases could be going?
So what it sounds like is that one of the things that's really obvious, Kyle, is that there are a lot of players who don't want to sign a contract that quickly goes and looks like too much of a bargain. And so, for example, this week, the Athletic did an article which was, the top 10 best value contracts in the league. And the funniest reaction I had to that was that someone told me that there are teams out there who hate being on that list. Like if they get a player who's on that list, they think it makes it harder to negotiate contracts with another player, because agents will say, oh, you got that guy. Well, you're not getting me.
Dear.
And yeah, it does happen. I've been told that this does occur. And like, you'd think that teams would be upset about being on these are the worst contracts, and I'm sure they are. But I had a couple guys tell me that you also don't want to be on the best list, because then people really grind in and dig against you. So it was funny. It was funny to hear that, feeling. It's very obvious out there that, you know, teams are, you know, trying to hold the line and say, okay, well, if this player, like, the top players are going to get what they're going to get. But it's very obvious that some of the teams are trying to say, hey, whatever percentage was signed in this contract before this cap bump, we don't want to do that. Because, for example, a percentage that might be worth, say for argument's sake, 5 or 6 million, well, that could be going up in the next couple of years to 7, 8, 9 million. And they're like, we don't want to do that. We don't want to argue a percentage anymore. And the players, of course, are going to argue percentage. And the one thing I'm always reminded about, we don't talk about it very much, Kyle, is that, like, these players, they don't only compete on the ice, they compete in terms of contracts. Like, I have several agents who say to me, especially with younger players, and I don't know a lot of the younger players yet. You know, there's obviously a little bit of a generational divide between me and a lot of them. But they say they're even more competitive than ever when it comes to their contracts. And so they don't want to sign contracts that they look back at in a year or two and say, oh, I really regret signing that. Like, the one that, and we'll talk a little bit more about him and his team in a few minutes, but the one that really stood out to a lot of people recently was Dylan Sandberg, who avoided arbitration with the Jets by signing a 3-year deal. And there were a few people who said to me that, don't be surprised if you see a lot of players who say, I'll do that, and hit the market again at 29 years old or in that area and see where we go, as opposed to signing a deal with term that I don't like. And look, like, I think a lot of players expect that the 2 highest salaries after this wave of signings are going to be McDavid and Kaprizov. And look, I don't think anyone's going to have issue. If the Oilers could pay McDavid $50 million, he would deserve $50 million. And Kaprizov is a great player in a great spot to hit it big. So once those players sign, I think you'll see some of those other potential top UFAs next year say, okay, now the top of the market has been set. It's easier for me to find the sweet spot or the comfortable place with the team to go after those 2 guys are done. We'll see if it turns out that way, but that's kind of what people are expecting.